Every single day, you hand off work. You ask a coworker to pull the numbers, you tell someone to draft the email, and then you walk away and just hope it moves. But the second you close your laptop, most AI tools stop dead. The thread drops. Today, that changes. Anthropic is bringing Claude Cowork to web and mobile, and the whole idea fits in one line. Your work goes everywhere with you, and it keeps going without you. You start a task at your desk, it follows you to your phone, it runs while you are in a meeting, and when it hits a decision only you can make, it comes and finds you. In the next few minutes, I will show you exactly what it does on the real screens and how to use it. So nothing you hand off ever dies on the vine again. So, what is Cowork really? Cowork is where you hand Claude a task and it works across your files, your calendar, your email, your messaging apps, the web, and whatever other tools you connect until the job is actually done. Now, here is the part that surprised even Anthropic. When they looked at how people were really using Cowork, more than 90% of it was not software development. The biggest categories were business operations and content creation, and together, they were about half of everything. Reconciling the quarter's spend and drafting the variance memo, turning a folder of contracts into a renewals tracker with the risks flagged, building tomorrow's client deck from call transcripts and pipeline data. This is the work around the work. It is rarely in your job description, but it quietly eats a huge share of your week. Everyone asks AI for answers. Handing it the actual work is a completely different thing. Here is the problem Cowork had right up until today. It lived on your laptop. So the moment you stepped away, the work stopped with you. You would kick something off, close the lid to run to a meeting, and come back an hour later to find it sitting exactly where you left it. The thread snapped every time you stood up. On web and mobile, that wall is gone, and it changes three very specific things. Let me walk you through all three because together they are the entire reason this matters. Change number one, your work now follows you. You start a task at your desk in the browser at claude.ai. You check on it from your phone while you are standing in line for coffee, and you pick up the finished output anywhere. Same session, same context, it simply moves with you. Look at the real screens here. On the left, the Claude app on your phone, showing every task with its live status. On the right, the exact same Cowork running in your browser. One customer, a customer success lead at the company ramp, said it better than any spec sheet could. He built a dashboard to track his clients while traveling, started it on his laptop, and then picked the session up on his phone while he was waiting for his bag at the airport. In his words, it just held the thread. That one line is the whole product. Change number two is the one that honestly feels like magic. The work now continues in the background, even with no device of yours online. You can close the laptop, head into your meeting, and Claude just keeps going. And scheduled tasks now run completely on their own, with nothing of yours even switched on. Here is the example Anthropic gives, and it is a good one. You set your Monday client prep to run at 6 in the morning. While you are still asleep, Claude works through the email threads, the call transcripts, and the recent news. It builds the briefing document, and it leaves the follow up email drafted, but not sent. You wake up and you review the whole thing over coffee. You did not stay up for it. You did not leave a machine running, and the work was simply waiting for you, finished. Change number three is the one that makes the first two safe to trust. The decisions still come to you. When Claude reaches a call that only you can make, it does not guess, and it does not just freeze and wait forever. It asks, and the question travels straight to your phone. So you can be in the middle of a meeting, see that it needs a direction, redirect a draft in a couple of taps, and Claude keeps going. Now on the right path. And this is the promise that holds it all together. Nothing ships until you have reviewed it and approved it. You can see it right there in the real interface. Tasks marked needs input. A clean approve once button. Respond to question. It is delegation with a seatbelt on. Quick, honest pause. Think about what Cowork just did. It takes the tedious work off your plate and it hands you back the finished result. That is literally what this channel is. I test every big Claude release the slow, boring way, all the way through, and I hand you back the playbook. So do the one tap version of that right now and subscribe. It is free, it takes 1 second, and it is the single biggest thing that keeps these deep dives coming. Okay, back to it, because the setup is the best part. There are two more things you will notice the moment you open it. First, Chat and Cowork now live in one single home. Your quick questions and your delegated projects sit side by side. Your artifacts live in one place across web and desktop. And switching between just chatting and actually handing off a job is now effortless. As Anthropic puts it, delegating is now as easy as asking. Second, here is exactly where to find it. On the web, you start a Cowork session right from the home screen at claude.ai. On your phone, you open Cowork from the sidebar of the Claude app on both iOS and Android. And if you want the full deep work version, where Claude can also reach your local files and your own browser, you download the Claude desktop app. And the people who could never install that desktop app before can finally use Cowork now too. Now the part that actually matters. How do you use this well? Starting tonight. 4 moves. Move 1. Do not invent some clever demo. Start with something already sitting on your plate. Point Claude at the real folder, the real email thread, or the half-finished deck. Move 2. And this is the big one. Describe what done looks like, not the steps. Tell it what finished actually means, the outcome you want, and let it work backwards from there. Move 3. Match the surface to the moment. Use your desktop for the deep work, and use your phone purely to check in, answer its questions, and approve. Move 4. Schedule the thing you do every single week, like that Monday prep, so it is quietly ready before you even are. Do those 4, and you stop micromanaging a chatbot and you start genuinely running work. I put all of that into a free 1-page playbook, the Cowork Thread Playbook. It has the 3 changes, the 4 moves, the exact done looks like prompt template, and a starter list of the tasks worth handing off first. To get it, just comment the word thread on this video, and I will send it straight to you or grab it from the link in the description. It is completely free. And to mark the launch, Anthropic is doubling Cowork usage limits through August the 5th. So there is real room to try bigger tasks this week. If you want to go deeper, my paid beginner guides for Claude Code, Codex, and Claude for Work are down there too. On YouTube, become a member. On Facebook, tap subscriber and follow along on Instagram, where I post these builds. Now go and hand off one thing that has been sitting on your plate all week and watch it hold the thread.